Storytelling. This is the activity or relation to telling or writing stories. Most of the time, a good story will have four major elements. That being character, plot, setting, and tension. Tension is really good if you're trying to tell a romance story, or just anything that has romance or love in general. Due to the fact that most games out there are a form of medium that can retain these four major elements, any type of game, no matter how big or small, will always have a sense of storytelling. But if you're dark side Phil and you see any romance in video games, you turn away, looking away that sex is immoral and that you cannot do that because you're married. Granted, this man has also said that he has a quote-unquote beautiful woman that he can look at any time, but anytime there's like a romance scene in the game, he turns away, knowing the fact that it has more romance than his own fucking marriage. But yet, for some reason, he had to go on a rant about Final Fantasy XVI's Pillow Talk scene, and hoo boy, it makes him look like an incel by the minute.
And I will say this one final thing. Now, this is my pet peeve. You guys can completely disagree on this point, and that is perfectly fine, but I want to get this off my chest.
Even though anytime you say this, you still disagree with our points anyway, so.
When they announced that this would be the first mature-rated Final Fantasy game, a lot of people said, well, I don't understand why. Well, now we know why.
Technically, this isn't the first game in the Final Fantasy franchise to be rated M. I mean, we had Final Fantasy Type 0 HD, which that was rated M. But if we're talking like storytelling sense, then probably Final Fantasy 16 will be the mature one. But that's just me saying this.
Right in the first few hours, there's excessive gore and or brutal murders.
Well, then again, this game is rated M. What the fuck were you going to expect this game to be? Rated T?
Right in front of you.
And you're thinking that children are playing this. Like, oh my god, think of the children when they play this game. It's like, Phil, not every single child is going to be playing Final Fantasy. Just letting you know.
And there's sexual content, sexual scenes, right?
Even though it's not really overly sexualized, it's just like maybe some partial nudity and some sex talk, whichever. So he's taking this way out of proportions, what I'm trying to say.
We haven't had stuff like that in Final Fantasy before. So again, I get it.
No, it's only entailed in its storytelling.
They're going for the Game of Thrones idea.
The only reason why he's bringing up the quote-unquote Game of Thrones idea is because he read reviews and watched reviews of this game, and most of the people kept saying this is like Game of Thrones. So this is not his original construct of a review or just an idea mindset of how he's looking at this game.
But you have to understand that in a game like a fantasy game, less can be more. So I'll give you a perfect example. There's a female character who's basically supposed to be a manipulator. She sleeps with guys, she gets them to do what she wants, and because of that, a lot of, like, it's actually the plot is like one of the characters in your party interacts with her and says, you didn't used to be like that. You used to be a good person. I trained you to use your powers, but now you're using everything in your ability for bad business. You're manipulating everyone around you. What happened to you? What changed you to be?
He's looking at the whole entirety of the scene, and he's changing the scene to his own benefit. That's what he always does when it comes to that type of game, or just any scene in general. He'll try to flip the script into believing that this is what really happened, guys. Oh, you didn't play the game yet? This is what I'm telling you is true.
Be such a horrible person. It's part of the plot. I get it. But here's the difference. I could have just been told that she's like that. I didn't have to see it. There's literally like a 3+ minute cutscene of her in bed with the king. And literally nothing happens during the cutscene.
What? I've seen this cutscene that he's talking about. Okay, this is what storytelling is, though. They took two characters, they're showing tension, sexual tension between these two characters, even though, granted, they do it. At the same time, though, they're showing the bond between those two characters. I love how he's thinking, like, oh, they just had sex, man. It's like, did they show you the sex? They just show you the penetration? No, they just showed you the partial nudity and the pillow talk. That's all that is. It's showing character development with these characters. But yet, oh my god, think of the children.
Nothing. It doesn't add anything. It's like they wanted to have the Game of Thrones sex scene in the game.
Was there any sex in it, Phil? From what I've seen, no. It just looked like pillow talk. It was also showing character development, character tension. Storytelling.
So they had to have it. You understand? Like, here it is. But what is this adding to the game? Literally nothing.
Adding story development, character arcs, tension, things that make a story relevant.
You could have just said it was happening, or it could have been alluded to, or there could have been a side conversation about it instead of actually having the whole scene. It's almost like they're trying to cater to an audience that wants the adult content, right?
In writing, they will tell you this: show, don't tell. If you show it happening, you don't have to tell the audience that, oh yeah, there's sex happening. No, we could see it happening. If you're reading a book, you can visualize it happening. That's a whole thing with storytelling. You have to use the imagination to get the juices flowing with it. But he's looking at this going, oh, they're just showing it. Guess they're trying to make it an adult-only game, even though it's rated M.
Ooh, I want to see the side boob in the scene. I want to see, instead of just saying, okay, the Duke was injured or murdered, they have to show brutal blood exploding and guts shooting out, and it's like, you know.
Well, they have to show how the fucking army is ruthless, Phil. They're showing you it. They're not telling you that, oh yeah, they went over there and just brutally massacred everybody. No, they're showing it to you, Phil. That is what makes storytelling good.
Listen, there's an audience for that. There is. But I don't know if it's the Final Fantasy audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like they're definitely trying to cater to people who like the over-the-top excess of adult content.
Not everybody is into sex and violence like you're thinking that they are, Phil. You're generalizing everybody. Final Fantasy people, they don't want this. It's like different strokes, different folks, Phil. People might like the story for it. Some people might not like the story or the gameplay or the characters. There are multiple things to why people can love Final Fantasy 16 or why they can hate it. It's all the matter of preference.
Now, the thing that's funny about it is there's no nudity in this game. There's not.
Give me a minute. Let me look at the back of this box here. Hold on. I do have it right here. Let's see. Why is this game rated M? Partial nudity. Not full-on nudity, but partial nudity. So there is somewhat nudity in this game. They're just not showing you excess amount of nudity. If you want a game that has a lot of nudity, but with mature romances done well, play The Witcher.
So the entire scene in the bedroom is fucking stupid. Because all it shows is, oh, an arm is blocking the guy's balls and crotch. And, oh, look, the camera angle just happens to only shoot from here up and you can't see anything below. What the hell is the point?
Why were you looking for that, Phil? Why were you looking for the guy's below area? Why were you looking at all that, Phil? Are you trying to tell us something? Are you trying to tell us that you're secretly closeted, but you can't say anything because it's Pride Month? At that part of the video, he was just ranting and raving about how that scene didn't go anywhere, have those two characters naked in the bed, it didn't go anywhere, yada yada yada, even though it's still showing off storytelling. It's showing off tension, it's showing off romance between those two characters, and it's also showing motives for what these characters are doing. So the whole thing with this valedictorian is that he doesn't seem to understand that that is a key element of storytelling. If there's tension and characters that are developing within the story, they have to show what is happening and not telling it. Telling it kind of ruins the effect. It's like, oh yeah, they discuss plans while naked in bed. Who would be excited for that? But if they're showing it to you, it adds more to the fucking imagination, but it also shows off more of the character's development through their emotions as well as their body language. So there you go, Phil. I just gave you a fucking English writing lesson for you. For free.
I received a $3 tip from Shit Swirls.
Why? Why are y'all named this? Why?
I remember you were playing God of War, there were sex scenes, and since you've gotten married, things have changed. Whenever there's a sex scene or nudity, you cringe, then you go on a rant about it.
That is exactly what's going on. Before he got married, when he was with Leanna, he could make all the sex jokes that he wanted, act, and seal clapped all the way home. But now, as soon as he got married, he has no time for sex scenes in games or any of that shit. Because he's married, stupid.
Okay, the difference here is that I'm older. It has nothing to do with being married. It has to be with, I'm older and I don't look for that crap in video games anymore. Do you understand? Like,
bullshit. It didn't matter how old you were. You were in your 30s making sex jokes. Like, Phil, I'm in my 30s and I can make sex jokes because it's funny. If you could do it right, it is funny. The problem is that you got married. It was the whole thing with, like, Judgment. When someone told you, hey, go for this character's, like, romance option. That way, you can get better items. You can get better stuff. Try 100% the game. You went, and I quote, I don't have time to do any of that. I don't have time for waifus or just anything of anime wives in general, or any fake relationships. I'm already in one. That's exactly what you said. Fuck. One of the videos that I made, my second video, where you essentially said that people that have anime waifus or espandos are cheating on their significant others. It's all human nature to have fictional crushes. Do you not realize that?
When you're younger and you're more immature, you get more pleasure out of that stuff, right? Oh, it's risque. It's adult. Oh, it feels so good. I don't look for that stuff in a video game.
So you don't have fictional crushes, even though it's clear as day that you have a thing for Hulk Hogan or any wrestler that you get in WWE Champions. Like I said, Phil, it is complete human instinct to have fictional crushes. There's nothing wrong with that. You're looking at it thinking that it's a weird hobby for people to have, or just a weird fixation.
If you have sexuality in your life in a way that you enjoy, in a way that you're very satisfied with, you don't then have to go search for sexuality in video games. I don't play video games for sexual content. I play them for gameplay that's enjoyable. I play it for good stories. I mean, it's okay to have romance in a video game. That's perfectly fine.
No, clearly not, Phil. Even though they're showing you a romance scene in fucking Final Fantasy 16, you're immediately going, oh my god, Game of Thrones, they have Game of Thrones, oh my god, Also, sexuality? You're looking for different sexualities in video games? Like, I get it, you're trying to say sexual content in video games. Fine, I get what you're trying to say with that, but still, weird way to phrase it.
But for example, the scene that I referenced yesterday in Final Fantasy 16 was literally superfluous to anything. It wasn't needed. It didn't prove a point.
It was showing tension, Phil. It was showing a bond between two characters. It was showing off someone's connection to the king. That's what it was showing, Phil. Their bond. But you're looking at it going, oh, it's so edgy. Oh, why? And you're looking away, looking at your chat like, oh, this is disgusting. Do y'all agree? When nobody agreed with you at all. They're like, what the fuck, dude?
It literally could have been explained in a sentence. But they had to show the scene to appeal to a certain audience. Do you
Again, show, don't tell.
Understand? That risque audience looking for the adult content ate it up and gobbled it up. Oh, I love it. The adult Game of Thrones adult content. You see?
No, Phil. Whenever I saw that scene in Final Fantasy 16, I was thinking, okay, this is the connection between these two characters. Fine. I get her ideas. I get her motive behind everything. But not, oh my god, Game of Thrones. I better go watch Game of Thrones again. Way to sell a point that wasn't even yours to begin with.
When I was younger, what was I doing on YouTube? I was trying to cater to a young, immature audience. I constantly was making sex jokes, racial jokes, gender jokes. I was doing these jokes all over the place to constantly fill dead air and entertain an audience that otherwise was pretty immature, and they ate it up. They loved that content.
Not everybody that watched your videos liked your jokes that you were making. They're like, dude, this is cringe. Why the fuck are you telling these jokes? But you love to delude yourself into believing that, okay, people like what I was doing. They like it when I talk about titties. They like it when I talk about balls. They like it when I talk about shit jokes. Oh, they love it. Oh, and you just rub your temples going, they love this so much. When they didn't, Phil. It was only you that were making the jokes to benefit your humor. But as soon as you, quote-unquote, got older and got married, that viewpoint, quote-unquote, changed. And it changed, actually, for the worst.
That's who I was appealing to. Today, I'm 41 years old. I'm not looking to appeal to a bunch of teenagers. If you look at my actual analytics on YouTube, I have very few young viewers. My viewers are usually in their 20s to 30s, and some in their 40s, like me.
And do they like the bubbles that you blow at them every time you had 100 likes? Do they like you sitting on your fat ass eating food for feasting with Phil? Do they like the goat laugh and the deadpan stare when you're reacting to content? Do they like this shitty gameplay? A fucking course not, Phil. I love how you have to use your own analytics to be like, see, I'm not catering to children or teenagers. Look. Even though you try your best to make yourself look like a fucking clown.
That's my age range that I'm appealing to. I'm not appealing to young teenagers. Those people are going out and watching the memesters. They're watching the fucking popular streamers, the drama queens. They're watching bullshit content. That's what appeals to them. The immature shit.
How is it appealing to them, Phil? The immature shits. There are people that could be in their 30s or 40s and they like immature shit. It's all in a matter of preference if the jokes are done right. But you're looking at, and you're generalizing it as a way to say, oh yeah, these are the people, these teenagers, these Zoomers are the ones that are liking this content. Not my audience. They come to my channel for intelligent, mature content. Even though it's quite the fucking opposite.
That's the kind of shit I used to put out 10, 15 years ago, and
And it's still the same shit that you put out now.
I don't anymore. You see, I've changed. I feel for the better because I've grown and matured as a person and a content creator.
You have not changed, and you have not matured as a content creator at all. Instead, you look worse by the fucking minute, and you still think that this is change. When in all actuality, this is not change. This is just laziness with flashy effects, and you have done nothing to change and grow as a content creator. Quit deluding yourself to believing that this is actually good change.
That's nothing to do with being married. It has to be just getting older and wanting to put out something that you feel is more meaningful to yourself. Do you want to know the truth? It was actually cringeworthy when I had to do that content constantly.
Uh-huh. Then why is it every single time that you're watching your detractor content, controller slams, when you made an immature joke, you were laughing all the way through with your high-pitched goat laugh. So don't tell me that, oh, I found it cringe, when you find your old shit more hilarious than the shit that people have given you.
It was.
Yeah, look at that really quick.
When I had to do that content constantly.
Look at his fucking face.
It was.
Yeah, he had to look at it, eyes bug-eyed, staring at you, going, it was. Yeah, look, see? Look at that. Look at me, see? Look, believe me, guys. My mature content is now. What I used to do back in the day was immature and it's cringe. Yeah, believe me, guys. Look at my eyes. I can never lie to you.
It was actually like taxing. It was boring. I gotta play another game and I gotta constantly keep making sexual comments, right?
Thank you to someone in the chat. Sex is not immature, though. It really isn't. Sex jokes might be considered immature depending on how it's told. But sex in and of itself is not immature. It's a mature thing that people should feel, like in a good relationship.
And here's the other funny part about it, too. Back then, everyone criticized me for it. I'd say probably around 2012, 2013, when the This Is How You Don't Play movement started. One of the big things everyone made fun of me for was that content. Oh, he always wants to talk about sex. He always wants to see the sex scene. He always has to over-sexualize everything, right?
Yeah. Look at Metal Gear Solid 3. When fucking Ava has a fucking stick through her goddamn abdomen, you're trying to pinch her titty. That was you, Phil. And that is always gonna be you. Even though you don't talk about sex anymore, you love talking about balls and shit for some random reason.
So everyone told me I was wrong for doing it. So over the years, I change, I mature. I phase out that kind of talk and that kind of any kind of seeking that in video games, and I criticize when it's in it because I feel it's superfluous. Oh, so you change for the worse.
So at this point of the video, he just goes on a big fucking rant that just has him repeating himself saying that, oh, people told me that I was doing it too much and I tried changing and I changed for the worst. While he did change for the worst. As soon as he went to Washington State and as soon as he got married, his whole entire attitude around sex changed for the worse. Yet he wants to say that he's allowed to call it out for being superfluous as he says it. Phil, there's nothing wrong with sex. There's nothing wrong with that romantic emotion that people can feel or express to one another. The only reason why you have no real room to talk about it is because you never experienced any touches from Kat in so goddamn long. You want to say that you have a loving marriage, but yet fictional romances in video games have more love and romance than your entire fucking marriage. And at that point, we're moving on.
Thank you!
So after Phil went on that fucking shit take throughout that Pello scene in Final Fantasy 16, he actually went on to continue with his Friday Night Fight event. Every single time that he's playing Street Fighter, it's going to be on Friday nights, and he's going to make this into a big event, bringing something old back like he did last week. And honestly, this is what people came here for. Not the first part, but the salt. Because we all know that him talking about that scene in particular and playing Street Fighter, they both accumulate salt along the way.
Everything I do gets stuff. Literally every attempt I have to neutral jump out or do anything, all stuff.
Yeah, were you blocking Phil? Nah, of course not.
She blocks the fucking anti-air.
I'm sorry, what?
Out or do anything, all stuff.
Let's go back.
She blocked.
Well, yeah, she ducked, and it missed, so you whiffed it, Phil.
Blocks the fucking anti-air.
Yeah, she blocked while ducking, Phil. She knew you were either attack high or attack low. She did good. This Manon did good.
There's no point in playing like this. There really isn't. There's no point in playing it like this. I learned nothing.
Oh, your little videos that you watch about Chun-Li that Game Trucker gave you, as well as your fucking lab experience, didn't learn anything from it? Oh, boo-hoo, cry me a river.
Everything she did was counter-hitting everything I did, and I learned absolutely nothing. It was a waste of a fucking time and a waste of my fucking match.
Well, Phil, here's another thing, too, that this Manon jumped over you, you attacked to the left, she used her level 3 while you were attacking to the left at nothing. So this Manon got you, Phil.
Playing that one. Seriously, if I learn nothing, then why play? And that frustrates me. I learned nothing from that match.
If you've learned nothing, then why are you playing this game, Phil?
What did I do wrong? I don't know. Every button she pushed counter hit me. Every single one stuffed my move. And I was doing the high priority normals that everyone says to do. And for some reason, every button she pushed just kept hitting me.
Even though you did nothing to block it, Phil, you've done nothing.
I did absolutely nothing.
No, you didn't do anything, Phil. Instead, you just sat in the corner waiting for this Ryu to make a move. And you lost. Then again, don't you hate Ryu already?
No buttons, just blocking.
Well, you didn't really block long enough, did you?
No dash cancels. Come on, what the fuck?
You're wiggling the stick, Phil. You're not doing any inputs here.
Oh my god. What the hell?
Phil, you got the move. Why is it, what the hell? This character's stupid.
Terrible.
How is it terrible, Phil? You won. Fucking sore winner.
Absolutely fucking terrible. Absolutely, positively terrible.
How is it terrible, Phil? You won. Get over it.
I'm parrying. I'm trying to parry.
Bruh, are you sure about that? Because Umbra just whooped you and you didn't parry at all.
Here we go. Drive impact mid-screen over and over and fucking over.
Even though that wasn't mid-screen and that you were up close and personal and JP used the drive impact? God, you don't even know what mid is.
My god, he got 2 to 3 hits in and then it let him cancel the drive impact. This is so stupid, man.
Yes, because this person actually clearly knows how to cancel it to do a drive impact. This person did good. Attacked you for a few hits, canceled into the drive impact. They know what they're doing. Something that you clearly don't know how to do.
Literally just standing there mashing drive impact. What the fuck do I do to stop it?
Well, you could, I don't know, parry, block, move away. There's a lot of things you could do in this situation, Phil.
How the fuck do you stop it?
Well, you better go back to the lab and, oh, I don't know, learn.
Of course I dash cancel immediately drive impact, right?
Well, she was already using her drive impact, Phil, so what you were gonna do was too late.
I fell for it! I fell for the teleport.
At least he's knowing what that bait was. So is he gonna learn anything about this? Oh, no, he's not.
Oh, come on! You're shitting me! She mashed drive impact in the middle of my fucking hit string. God damn it, man.
What? She didn't spam drive impact. She went to level 3 super. How is that drive impact? Then again, he doesn't really keep his excuses in order. He'll see something that's not drive impact. Oh my god, drive impact! Oh, what the fuck? That was drive impact, Phil.
I had no option. What was I supposed to do there?
And honestly, this Kimberly came back with the clutch. This Kimberly knew what they were doing. Thank you, Cheeks. You clapped his.
Seriously, what on earth was I supposed to do right there? What option did I have? Even Wake Up Super, I think she would have stuffed, right? I don't know.
Yeah, she would have actually won.
Can you tell that I wanted meter burn there? That's it. One drop combo. I didn't get my meter burn, I got fucked.
Like I said, this Kimberly knows what they're doing. Cheeks definitely knows how they're doing, and they're clapping yours quite well.
Fuck this. Fuck this one. Look at this. Look at this bullshit.
Fuck this bullshit. Just kill me. I can't learn anything. Kill me.
I'm just tired of it. She was wide open. I wanted to punish. I don't get my meter burn. So, of course, because the meter burn's not out, I can't super cancel. Right? Fucking stupid.
Even though you had a meter. Let's go back, shall we? Yeah, you had somewhat of a meter, Phil. You could have done something, but no. You just time everything late, like always.
I'm serious about this now. I'm going to say something. If this game didn't have drive impact and spamming of it, I would not have problems with any of these people. Seriously, if you haven't noticed, every time I lose, it's because they're all just getting me with drive impact over and over. The basic gameplay mechanics I can learn, but as soon as drive impact comes into play, the game becomes a different game.
Drive impact has become a basic staple to Street Fighter 6. Doesn't matter how you're trying to make an excuse for it. The reason why that you don't like drive impact is because you do not know how to counter it fully. Every single time you try to use it, they use it. And you get mad that they used it. You're just wanting them to be like, come on, guys. Hold on. Let me win. I'm doing everything in my power, dude. Let me win. That's what you want. You just want easy wins for people just standing there doing nothing. But as soon as you don't get your way, oh my god, this game sucks. Drive impact should be removed, even though that's the core feature to why Street Fighter 6 caters to aggressive gameplay, Phil.
And then it's like I forget all about it again, and I just forget about it constantly.
Like I said, he doesn't retain any information that he is given. He's going to forget about it.
And it kills me every time, right? Drive impact is so ridiculous and changes the game. It makes you have to think, oh, I'm playing Street Fighter, but there's also this drive impact minigame. And it drives me nuts.
Wait, mini game? So imagine you're using drive impact, you have to go, or constantly mashing it so you can win. Now, Phil, this isn't a mini game. It's a mechanic. Like, why the hell did you have to call it a mini game?
Nuts. It fucks me over constantly. Every match where it looks like I'm doing good, oh, I'll just start throwing drive impact, and then it hits me. And then the whole round is fucking over.
Because they know how to handle drive impact, and they know how to deliver combos afterwards, Phil. Like I said, any character or player that you've come across, they know how to beat you every single time. Even with characters that you still don't know how to play against.
I hate it. Alright, well,
I hate it. So many excuses have to flow out of my mouth to show you how much I hate this.
we have time. I don't know. I'm just going to throw on a vest. We don't have time.
Yeah, I don't have time for that, guys. I'll just throw one on, because fuck you.
It is. It's a minigame. Drive impact absolutely is a fucking minigame.
No, it's not, Phil. It's all timed around reflexes. Not a minigame. It's not even a fucking quick time event either.
It's not core gameplay mechanic of this game at all.
Even though it is, and it caters towards aggressive gameplay.
I would say dash cancel is, parrying is, everything. Drive impact is not.
Again, those are just core mechanics in a fighting game with dash cancels, dashing, and fucking parrying. Those are essential to fighting games. Drive impact is essential to Street Fighter 6. Stop complaining.
Drive impact 100% is a fucking dumb minigame they tossed in there for scrubs. That's what it is.
Even though you're the king of the scrubs.
What?
Thank you, Passville. Even I'm dumbfounded by that.
Walk up, throw, no, I'll jab. Jab beats it, mash jab.
Because they read the frames and saw you were attacking, so they're like, hey, attack low. Oh, I won. Is there going to be a clutch moment in this match? I can't believe he fell for that hook, line, and sinker, man.
Well, great gameplay. Wow. Really? It's just amazing online gameplay.
Phil, you fell for it. It's all on you. It's nothing to do with the game being online. That was all on you.
Right? It's just such great, skillful gameplay.
Well, it kind of was, because you were walking into it, and he's like, oh, hey, keep my distance. Projectile. Oh, I won. You see what I mean by dodging? That DJ did well. King Callium did it well. They saw you're about to use your fucking random super. They backed away, wait till you were done, and then jab. One.
There's nothing you can do.
You can just hear him just mashing on his fight pad. He is getting aggressively mad. Like, you could tell.
Hail Mary level 3 super, which no fucking good player would do, but I'm not expecting this idiot to fucking do it like that so I get hit by it in the face, because who the fuck would do Hail Mary level 3 super?
Anyone that saw that you were open and that it would do a lot of damage?
An idiot.
How is he an idiot, Phil? He whooped you. He got you hook, line, and sinker with the bait. He knew what he was doing. Give them their GGs, their roses to tulips. Give them their big ups. Just shut the fuck up.
So he does it, and I get hit by it. Alright?
Ack. I suck at this game, but I'm gonna say it's the other person's fault. Ack. Oh no, it's actually a fight between the Queen of Kicking and also the Gilf. Who's gonna win?
Oh, I'm getting hit. Literally again. Everything hits me, can't do anything about it.
Well, this jury actually knows what they're doing, so big ups.
Every button she pushes counter hits me. So what is that, medium punch? Her medium punch beats everything. Every input I do gets counter hit by medium punch.
God, man, that fight stick is just getting a lot of abuse today. You just hear him smacking on it hard, man. Like, what the fuck is your deal?
Nothing I can do. There's nothing I can fucking do, man.
Nope, because they threw you right into the corner and there's not anything you could have done. You could have blocked, you could have thrown, but you just stood there and took it.
Didn't do a fireball. I did forward. This is why I don't want to hold forward back medium punch.
Even though you put in that input, Phil.
I did a low kick when I was doing medium punch. It gives me fireball. She jumps over, gets a free wing.
Again, Phil. You put in that input for that fucking fireball. It's all on you, buddy.
This is why I don't want to use forward back medium punch, because the game's inputs are lax and you get fireball by accident.
GG's to that jury that fucking whooped your ass. They knew what they were doing with it, Phil, but you're still gonna make up excuses.
Complete waste of a match.
Yeah, complete waste of the match. Only for your time, but for our time, priceless.
So, literally, standing medium punch beats everything. I don't know about Chun-Li, man. I don't. It seems to me like the only way to play this character is to practice insanely and just learn the lockdown strings. Because right now, just standard throwing out trying to fight these guys mid-range doesn't work. I guess
because you're not doing anything to do anything spectacular. You're just sitting there just thinking, okay, I'm just gonna attack, but they're blocking, and then they attack the same way. What the fuck? Why are they attacking me? I'm trying to win.
These guys are all just so outplaying me. It's amazing.
They are, Phil. They knew the range. They got you with the fucking projectile. They knew what they were doing, Phil.
There is just mid-range mash that combo over and over. Stop.
Man, this mountain assault is ever getting higher. I think it's getting as high as Mount Everest right now.
That's everything I do. That's the game. Literally all he did was stand mid-range, medium, and it beat everything. So what am I supposed to do when medium punch beats everything?
Oh, I don't know. You could try to waste for, I don't know, drive impact. You can also use Blocking, parrying, throws. There's a lot of things that you can do against that, Phil, but you just choose not to. And you want to put the blame on someone else.
And you could just mash it wildly from the middle of the screen completely safe. What is my fucking answer to that?
He's just like spamming his own fucking fight pad, mashing it with his pig hoof. Like, Phil, calm the fuck down. It's just a game, bro.
And why do so many characters have this safe bullshit? Medium, medium, medium. Medium, medium, medium. Medium, medium, medium. Wow.
You trying to sound like an electric guitar there or something, Phil?
Amazing high-level gameplay, right?
Yes, it is, because they're outplaying you. They have more skill than you in this game, Philium. It's clear as day that you do not want to do anything to improve, and you just want to make up these constant excuses. Phil, just learn to get good already. At that point, he was getting tired of getting his ass kicked with Chun-Li, so he went back to using Blanca. And his first opponent has to be a Ryu, played by Glovestank. I like that name.
There's nothing I can do. I had to guess.
Nope, you could have done a lot more other moves, Phil, but since you mashed it like a madman, that move came out. So there was nothing you could do.
I'm in the middle of a cross-up hit string. He mashes out reversal dragon punch.
Well, then again, with that, Phil, you're open. Anytime you attack, you're open. So they use that opportunity to throw out an EX move. So that's why they won that. GG's.
Amazing gameplay fucking strategy, right?
It was a good strategy, because they won, didn't they?
You really earned that one.
Oh, they did. They earned it a lot more than you did.
Can't block! That's it! Random drive impact, giant combo, I'm done. Level 3 super. Yep. This is fucking dumb gameplay. It is. It's just dumb.
He has to look over at his chat because he's like, oh, random level 3 super, it's so dumb. Looks over at his chat to make sure that people are agreeing with him. It's like, yeah, it's so dumb. Phil, it's not dumb. They knew what they were doing. They got you with the drive impact, wall bounce, level 3 super, done. That match was over. You had ample opportunities to win that match, but you didn't. So you just whiffed it. You threw it away. Choked.
It's really dumb that everything is super armor hits, comboing off of everything. It's fucking stupidity.
While he says that, he's holding up his, like, gin thermos. He's like, it is so stupid. It is so monotonous that they have to do that. Oh, cheerio, take a sip of gin. Like, God, go back to the corner and cry out more excuses, please.
Wow, you really fucking outplayed me. You really, really, really outplayed me so amazingly gracefully. First round, completely outplay him with mix-ups and foolish, tricky stuff. Then he says, I'm just going to do the same safe, neutral shit everyone does. And it just wins.
Even though all throughout the entirety of the match was Blanca ball, throw, Blanca ball, throw, Blanca ball, throw. That's what you want. You want grappling characters. That way you can easily exploit certain moves and just throw every single time. But also, this is the reason why you like to play online away from other people, but you're fighting them online. Because you could talk this shit so fucking much that if you're actually in a tournament, they would disqualify you for bad sportsmanship, which they can do so. That's the reason why he has full reign to shit talk on his fucking streams, even though it's just beautiful salt upon beautiful salt.
Because it's fucking playing online. I can't do nothing about drive impact, beats everything. It's so brokenly stupid.
Oh, everything is so brokenly stupid, even though it's a mechanic. But he likes to call it a minigame.
I hate it. I hate it because I'm going to have to play so fucking much to get used to drive impact like that. I'm not used to it.
Phil, stop smashing all the fucking buttons. I swear to God, how many fight pads have you gone through?
Just smash standing short.
Phil, you're nervous. You're trying your best not to get hit, and you thought, oh, I'm going to try to go for a Hail Mary move, but it did not work. Instead, you just went to your death.
Keep mashing it.
Also, Donkey Jit might have a chance.
Great gameplay. I can't break throws.
Yes, you can, Phil. You want to know how you can break it? You throw, and it breaks the throw.
I'm not doing... I did backdash.
No, you didn't, Phil. Because you were wiggling the stick and fucking pressing buttons, you jumped. Jesus fucking Christ. We can see the inputs that you're doing every time you do that shit, Phil. You're putting in those moves. But you want to be like, oh, what the fuck? It did it on its own, you guys.
Backdash. The game gave me down up kick and gives her a free win. Backdash is up ball according to the game.
Even though that's what you put in, Phil. Do I need to repeat myself again?
Can't do anything to get out of the corner. I can't.
Even though your opponent's in the corner and they're fighting back.
What the fuck? I did low medium. Come on.
Oh god, he's getting so upset his voice cracked.
This is insane how much it's dropping my moves.
Phil, you're putting in all the other moves, and the moves that you're trying to put on top of that aren't coming out, Phil. Jesus Christ.
It's insane. I didn't do random drive impact. I did low medium into drive impact. Didn't get the medium.
Sure you didn't, Phil. Sure you didn't.
She's got her mid-screen distances down and she's counter-hitting me.
Yeah, I agree. That stick is poorly suffering right now. I think it's crying for its family.
Constantly. Who's gonna come out? I didn't get Blanca-chan. I'm done. Blocked. Did nothing but block there.
No, you didn't, Phil. You just stood there and took it.
Can't do anything. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in block stun. What the fuck?
See what he does? He'll spam a certain move, and then he'll get like, what? I won? How the fuck did I win? But we all know he just spams certain moves over and over.
Alright, that was insane random luck. Complete luck.
But every single time that you're playing, it's skill. That has nothing to do with luck. That was pure skill coming from you. But if your opponent does it, then it's luck. So now you have luck now. Supposedly from you. Even though that's what you've been playing on. It's just dumb luck over and over.
Blanca-chan! Da-da-da-da-da-da! Blanca-chan wins the night!
And this is why we don't like seeing him win, because he does dumb shit like this, and he's a very sore winner. Like, he would dance on your grave if he won. And he's like, I won. Look at me, I won. Teabags the fucking grave.
Take that, you spamming son of a bitch!
Even though you're spamming 24-7, you have no right to talk here.
Oh my god. Like...
Exactly, Passville. I agree with that.
What? It showed him advancing. That's why I did it. I did it, and then he got the block, probably because of the connection. That's insane.
What? Let's see. How bad is that connection? Oh, good lord. That connection's bad. But I don't know. It looks like it's running fine to me. Let's see. Let's let it play out a little bit more.
I can't move. The lag. I'm gonna die now. I couldn't do anything because of the lag. Are you serious? I was locked in place.
I'm not really seeing any lag here. Even though the connection's like in the 200s, I'm still not seeing any lag here.
Now I lost. That's it. My 5 win streak is over. There's the lag. See? I lost because of the lag. I couldn't.
No, Phil. There was a little bit of quote-unquote lag after the final move was struck and it was a KO. You just lost plain and fucking simple.
Do anything. Fuck you, you fucking laggy piece of shit. You got
And look, he rage quit like a pussy.
lucky. I outplayed him the first game. Second game, I can't get anything to work because of the fucking lag. He gets an endless hit string and I can't interrupt it.
Hey, Phil, you actually did some damage on that JB. Just stop complaining and stop making up lies.
Fuck you.
Oh, God. How much sodium can I possibly take tonight?
Here comes a new challenge.
Bullshit.
Oh, it's our boy Guile, the true patriotic American.
Yes.
See, put his opponent into the corner, he never complains. Instead, the happy boy comes out. Put him in the corner, he's a sad, sad boy.
Round 2. Fight.
beautiful fucking kick after that drive impact. And now the sonic boom.
He's just gonna keep spamming drive impact now, so I can't do anything.
He's not really spamming like drive impact, Phil. He's actually using it to his advantage. He's not spamming it. He actually knows how to play Guile. He does.
Literally only got hit by drive impact the whole fucking round. Congrats.
Phil, you got hit by other things. That sonic boom was the one that did the final blow. They knew what they were doing with that shit. Well, meanwhile, you just use Blanca Ball, throw, Blanca Ball, throw, Blanca Ball, throw, win, become a salty little big boy while you're being a sore winner. See what I mean? Blanca Ball, throw, Blanca Ball, throw. Maybe Blancatron gets thrown in there, and then he just keeps doing the same thing over and over. And he calls that legitimate gameplay.
Again, he got to do a million safe moves. I couldn't do anything about any of it. Again! Oh my god! Again!
Again! Yes, he's gonna keep doing that, Phil, because it works. He got you in a hit string. But yet you're like, oh, he just spamming drive impact. Oh, no.
Oh my god!
Oh, my God. This Guile knows what he's doing.
This is tremendous nonsense. I'll just do slow slip drive impact, drive impact, drive impact. Literally 100 laggy drive impacts.
Drive impact, that's laggy. Phil, that was at 32 ping. The connection is good. I didn't see any lag there. No rollback gameplay from that. GG's to that Guile and just shut the fuck up, Phil. The constant excuses, I swear to God. I'm now surprised that he's bringing up the lag again.
I can't do anything about it. What was that, 6 in a row? And I can't fucking do anything about it. And then he quits like a fucking bitch because he is one. He's a fucking bitch.
Yeah, I remember this. Good lord, he started talking so much shit about this Guile. The mountains of salt. Like I said, Mount Everest, now it's higher than that. Guinness Book of World Records better call for the next biggest mountain ever, and it's Phil Burnell's Salt Mountain.
What the fuck, dude? Drive impact, drive impact, drive impact. Beats everything I do.
Yeah, because you're open, and you didn't block it. That's the reason why they use drive impact. It is made for aggressive gameplay, Phil. You do not seem to get this.
Come on.
Oh, hey, it's a Ken. Oh, God, what good play does he have this time?
Won't do that much. He's gonna have a big chance to come back. Or not come back, but win. That's not what I did! Oh no! I had it!
See, there you go. At least you're figuring out how to get past a drive impact. Yay.
Wow, I still won! Oh my god, I still won!
That's the only GG I can actually give you, Phil. It's not much, but still.
Wow, what a comeback!
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was somewhat of a decent comeback for Phil on that one. And he had to leave that whole entire fucking session. He has to try to win on a good note. Other than that, if he doesn't win, he's a salty little bitch boy. So, you know what? Little bit of GG's over your way, Phil. That was actually good gameplay. It was actually not spam worthy. I'll say that much. So GG's, I guess. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of weird to see Phil winning on a good note. Like how the whole video would just end with Phil on a good note. Like honestly, that was the only part of Street Fighter that he actually did legitimately good on. So I will give him his Rose and Tulip, just single ones for those. Other than that, it's just the rest of it's just filled with a bunch of spammy nonsense and just mountains of salt. Didn't help that the beginning of this whole entire Friday night fight just sparked off with him going on this weird little rant of think of the children when it comes to a game that's rated M. And he keeps comparing it to Game of Thrones, even though someone has already done so. It's like, Phil, you need to understand, storytelling will have a lot of things into it. Either it will have some sexual themes into it, causing tension. It would have a lot of like going back and forth between the antagonist and protagonist, even more tension. And it also helps out with character development, seeing more and more of what makes this character go through with it, their motives, their motivations. You want to see that type of shit. But Phil wants to sit there and be like, oh no, sex on screen, oh, avert your eyes. But yet, if it's a naked man on there, he doesn't have any problems with it. And it's just so sad, yet so hilarious to see that piece of irony. But honestly, I got nothing else to add, so we'll just end it off with the Phil prayer. Deliver us from the deads, deliver us from the pay pigs, deliver us from the pignosis. May we never become dented, may we never become beggars like Darkside Phil, and for the love of God, may we never have to visit Phil Burnell's Salt Mountain, because I think someone would die from heart disease or blood pressure being too high. Amen.